3, 2, 1.
What is going on, everybody? AJ Capasso here, host of Talking with the Source. And guys, I'm joined by a good friend of mine, guest host right now. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Well, I'm the Race Prince from the Race World Podcast and Texas Race Hunters.
There we go.
Thank you for everybody joining in. Thank you for having me.
No worries, man. Thank you for joining me on such short notice. I truly appreciate it. And thank you, everyone, for watching and people who have shared it out, especially you, Ann. Thank you. And who we're about to bring on. We have an awesome guest. I want you to actually introduce him, my friend, because he's one of your great friends. You guys live close to each other. So go ahead and introduce our great guest for tonight.
Well, the guest tonight is Bert from, man, I done messed it up.
No, don't worry about it.
From Paranormal Lockdown. Is that right?
From RGV Paranormal
RGV,
Lockdown.
Oh my gosh, man. Don't worry to screw it all up, Bert.
And you guys are friends. This is, man, friendship down the tube right now.
That's what friends do, man. That's what friends do. RGV Paranormal Lockdown.
Yeah.
Mr. Bert, the one and only.
The one and only, baby. Let's bring him in.
What's going on, guys?
What is up?
Sorry, Bert.
Come on, man. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, though.
I'm just messing with you.
It's all right. It's all good. How's it going, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys for all sharing it out, like I said. And so, Bert, tell me, man, like, how's everything been going? Pretty good?
Yeah, man. Everything's been going pretty good, dude. I took a little break, just off of the, investigations, just with work, kids, family, same old personal stuff, man. Just trying to get back out there,
Awesome. Well, I know Ant probably knows this question, but I don't. So tell me, how'd you get into this? How'd you get into this work over? I know you said the pandemic. You got into all this.
Well, I've been investigating the paranormal ever since 2015. That's when I, started joining other investigations. With the paranormal group here in the Valley in McAllen, and I've been into the paranormal for my whole life, dude. I mean, I grew up with that stuff. Watching shows on TV. I'm like, this is something I want to do. So. 2020 during the pandemic, that's when I started RGV Paranormal Lockdown, and that's when I started going and investigating these places.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, see, I started about like a year maybe before you, or like a half a year before you. So that's so awesome, man. I mean, it took me a little bit to really like start my own thing. But once you get into it and you get your first piece of evidence or first anything, it's like, isn't it addicting?
You get hooked, bro. You get hooked. You're like, ooh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to go over here, go over there, dude. Right. It's and it doesn't stop, man. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
How about for you, Ant?
For me, well, I met Bert last year. I think it wasn't it last year? At the Paranormal Fest in San Antonio. I was walking around doing interviewing all the people that were there, and I think I got to Bert when it was already dark, and then
back. It was close to dark.
Yeah, and then so I met him from there, and then I think you were already friends on Facebook.
We were, yeah, we were. It's just that we just really never really connected, really. And, but I saw, hey, this guy likes paranormal. Boom, my friend, my pal.
And then so we just talked, man, and just and just talked to more on Facebook and everything else. And then he's a great guy, man. He's been doing a lot of stuff, man. Him and his wife are cool, man. We were talking. What happened the last time we were talking? Something happened.
I mean, dude, we were just talking about different stuff, man. But like
we were drinking, right?
Oh yeah. Wait, we were?
Oh, there we go. So I'm representing in the background. Unfortunately, I got water today, but it's all
Don't get me started, Bert, man. I'm gonna pull out that bottle right there.
There we go.
We're gonna shut down the whole podcast.
Dude, that's the hard stuff. You drink the hard stuff though.
I got you, man. I get on these podcasts, man. I got you.
Anthony's don't mess around. I could contest, man. I'm an Anthony myself, so I get it.
No kidding.
But we met back then, and then like I said, just hit it off, and then we just chatted back and forth, and I think I had you on my podcast also.
Yes,
with
yes, you
Josh,
did.
and then another time just on. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, awesome, man. He's down there from the valley, man. We need to go down there, and so he's just been doing some great things, man. And I've seen him. He's one of the guys, man, that goes through a hard thing in having a group, being a founder. Of people leaving, whatever happens, drama, whatever that. But he's picked himself back up and start hitting it again, and now he's one of the new members of the P3 family.
Yes, congrats.
So
Congrats. That's
that's
awesome.
awesome, man. And so now
thank you.
he's along with a lot of awesome people, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I tell you, man,
P3.
the community we have is awesome. I mean, it's hard to find that right now in the paranormal community because of so many people are competitive and jealous of others, and they bring others down. But I tell you what, the group that we have is such great people. I mean, just meeting all you guys in general. I mean, everyone's cool, everyone's down to earth. It's we look at it more as adults, like we can help each other's research. You know what I'm saying? We can learn from each other, whether
Mhm.
how experienced one person may be, well, even if they're beginners, they can help. You know what I mean? I mean, having people on my podcast who just started literally have gave me ideas for my research. So I find it great, man. I think the paranormal community we have is awesome, and I can't wait to see how it grows even more and get more amazing people like you guys, man, because it's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I agree with that, dude. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always best to to learn more about certain things that you're not really familiar with, and it's knowledge. To me, knowledge is something that nobody can ever take away from you. It's something that you're
Amen.
always going to have with you all the time. So I
Amen.
agree with that too, man. Yeah, you live and you learn, man. Every single day you learn something new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me, what was one of your most or what's one of your scariest things that's ever happened to you, either on investigation or just in the start of your um, whole career with this?
Dude, when I went to a location here in the valley, it's in San Juan, Texas, at the San Juan Hotel. Man, like they're in the dark, you can't see what's going on around you. It's a whole different ball game, man. There's rooms all over the place. It's just dark everywhere, and like you can only shine your lights so much, right? So
Yeah.
if you're shining one area, everything else is dark. You're like, okay, I feel something's watching me over here. I feel like, dude, you feel like you're being watched in that place, man. And like,
Wow.
look, I'm already getting just the chills just talking about it. Like, dude, like that place just like it gave me the creeps, dude. Especially going into that basement, man. The basement that they have there is pretty weird, pretty intense, dude. But I think that was my most, a moment in the investigations that really concerned me. I was like, holy crap! Like, what if I'm gonna get mugged, or what if something really happens and I'm the only one that's here? Like it was pretty weird, man. I mean, there's homeless people that live there.
No, yeah. I mean, I can totally feel you on that because you could be in the dark, man, and someone, a crazy homeless person comes out on drugs or something, stabs you in the back or hits you with a needle or something. I mean, as stupid as that may sound to some people, it has happened. So I totally,
It
I
is.
totally understand what you mean. And just adding that dark element, man, because I'm afraid of the dark. I don't even know why I'm a paranormal investigator. I hate the dark, dude. To be honest, but I tell you what, man, just being in that element, like it totally makes everything more intense. Like your sense gets shut off, and I feel like all the other senses kick on, and it's just like ramped up. I mean, how do you feel about it, Ant?
Yeah, you wouldn't make it with us, JJ. We don't use flashlights.
Oh no, I don't either. But I'm just saying, like I hate the dark in general, But I love doing it. Don't get me wrong; it's an adrenaline.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just go 4K, man, night vision. I love it.
There you
Yeah,
go. There you go.
yeah. I love the dark too. I mean, I can see real good in the dark, and my things, like I said, always say, the forest. Going out to those kind of places. The native lands,
Yeah,
and like that. And so yeah, it's pitch dark. We carry flashlights, but only if we need them.
yeah. Only if you need them. Yeah,
Unless,
absolutely.
or I'll take them away from the guys when we're in there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah. I
happened.
mean, really,
It's
the only
happened. I've
reason that
taken them
happens.
away from them before. Give me that flashlight. No,
That's funny.
no. Give me the flashlight.
Well, it's funny. The only real reason why I carry it on me is in case of any debris that's in the area. Like if there's like stay
Hmm.
at a hospital or something like that, you don't want to hit something, get jabbed in the leg with some rusty thing. So that's the only time
Yeah.
I would really care to use it. Or if I'm like trying to like look at my camera to replay something so I could actually see the buttons. But other than that, I would, it would just be to review evidence quick if something really crazy happened. But other than that, yeah, I'm like you guys. I'll go completely pitch dark. But don't get me wrong, because I'm scared of the dark, it heightens everything for me. So, it's like, oh shit, should not be here right now. But I love it. The adrenaline rush is something you can't get back.
It is, dude. That's like the best. I think that's the best part, in my opinion. You know, the adrenaline rush that you were saying, man. Like that's just, it's fun. It's just super addicting. I don't know why, dude. I can't explain it, dude, but it's fun. I love
I
it.
wanted to ask you guys now, do you think when you guys are like in the dark, hey, what's up, Cartwright? How are you? Thank you for joining us. I wanted to ask you guys, when you guys are in the dark, do you feel that you can feel the energy of the place or entities more because of the sense being shut off where you're not having that seeing? Because I feel like for me, like I said earlier, I feel like the senses get kind of heightened when I take one sense away like that, especially if you do like the what's that method with the red light in your eyes?
There's this method.
Ganfield experiment or whatever. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. Ganfield experiment. When you shut one of the senses off, and I just feel like being in the dark, like it raises the thing where I could feel more like with my body as a tool than if the light is on. I mean, I could do the same with the light on, but do you guys have any like things like that, or am I just crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy at all, man. I mean, it's just really intense, dude. Especially when you're just there and you're just sitting in the dark, man. And hey, what's up, Steve? But yeah, dude, like you get that, that urge that you feel like there's something around you. It's just something that's really closing in on you. Me personally, I don't know about you guys, but every time when I do that, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just in the dark and just waiting for something to happen, right? Like you feel shortness of breath, or you feel the chills rolling up your spine. Like you feel like something is getting close to you.
Yep.
Me personally, if it's an actual entity of a spirit or if the actual location itself, I can't really tell that. I still learn as I go. I mean, to me, it's just like the just that time and moment. What you're trying to do, and your body's just reacting to whatever's just around and surrounding you, basically, man.
Yeah.
That's just in my opinion, dude. I mean, do I know if it's an entity or house or the location? I really can't tell, man.
No, of course, absolutely. I just didn't know if you felt more. Did you feel like in the dark, or when you don't have that vision aspect to you, or did you feel it more like, or is it the same for you when you have that vision, or no, I didn't know if it was different for you.
I've never really tried the one with the goggles on. What did you call it again?
Like the Ganfield experiment, but I was just talking about being in the dark, not having the eyesight for being in the dark.
Yeah, it's in the dark, dude. For real. Yeah, it's only in the dark when you have the light on or when you're reviewing, certain things as well. Yeah, then the light, it's good. Like you're okay, but in the dark, nah, it's a whole different ballgame with that one, dude.
It totally takes a new element on for sure. How about you, Ant? The question I asked.
Yeah,
you feel like you could feel it a little bit more when you're in the pitch dark like that, or do you feel that it's the same for you?
It just depends what location I'm at.
Yeah.
Because that's just like the activity that's there, just depending what's there. Being outside for me, it's more. It does feel to me like I do feel like when it gets, because it's already pitch dark, and then when stuff starts to happen in certain areas, it just gets even darker.
Yeah.
Like you can tell between the two darknesses, and then you can feel it. So, and I did. I mean, that was funny a while ago because we're talking about flashlights. Like my guys, they got flashlights about that big.
Yeah.
And for me, the one that doesn't use flashlights, I got one about that big. I got them down here. I just want to take them out. But so there's a big difference, and it's funny because I did pull it out one time. I got this crap scared out of me, and it was in that freaking forest. Wow. And I let the guys go up in front of me. I said, I'm going to wait just a little bit. And in 2 minutes, they were gone. I didn't even see them no more. Not even 2 minutes, just like within a minute, they were just disappeared. And then all of a sudden, I just started realizing, it's like, man, dude, what did you do? You're in this freaking forest. You know what this place is like, and now you stayed by yourself. You're in a freaking movie now,
Yeah.
And I did feel when I was walking, I could just, because it was so dark, I felt like just something was just all around me, and then I felt like somebody just like grazed the top of my hair, just like went like that, and it's like, man, dude, I mean, I freaking wanted to freeze, and I'm always priding myself on that. If you ever hear me ask my guys, I don't get scared, but that time and then I'm alone in this giant forest, and these guys are gone.
Well, I mean, having the forest aspect too, like being alone, it's like, what about animals? You know what I mean? I would be more terrified. I'm more terrified going into locations when it comes to like homeless people like that, or being outside and having to deal with the outside of animals, all that type of stuff.
The
Like that
physical,
scares me more than any spirit will ever scare me. But I mean, that had to be a scary experience, man, because I'd be freaking out by myself in that forest in pitch dark, not knowing,
The physical aspect of it, we really don't. That really doesn't really too bother us too much because we all carry.
Yeah.
So if something comes running out or something comes in,
yeah.
Sorry, man. You stay back. You got about 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Just to turn around and run, or whatever you're gonna do. But so that part doesn't bother us. And even in there, that didn't even bother me. But it's like my other member said one night, man. He says, "Yeah, man, but bullets don't kill ghosts."
Yeah.
So
True.
right.
True.
So that aspect is taken care of. But man, yeah, that was a tough. I really had to bite down, man, on that because I didn't know if I wanted to go back to the vehicle. But then I said, no, if I go back, then I'm going to leave them in here, and that's not good. And leaving my team in there, and then so I got my I got that big flashlight, and I got my camera, and I had it like this, I had the camera right here. Actually, this one right here. I had it like that, and then my big flashlight just like this, and I was just walking. Because, man, dude, I could feel it. It just kept getting more intense and more intense that I felt like something even got closer to me. And it was actually like something was walking behind me. And then my thoughts came. I don't know if it is something like a mountain lion or a cougar or whatever it is. I mean, that did cross my mind. But, man, I was tensed up, and I turned around. I was walking backwards because I felt like something was behind me. And so I just turned around and I had my camera. I just started videotaping. I said, well, if something happens to me, at least hopefully it'll be on video, just be hearing me go,
right. Yeah.
Whatever got me like in a movie,
Yeah.
But dude, that was a rough little time until I just kept walking and walking, and finally they're walking back. And what was crazy is that my co-founder, my son, he had the same experience in there because he came up to me and he was saying, "Hey, man, something touched the top of my head like this." Oh, wow. And as soon as he told me that, I said, "Dude, man, that happened to me back there." So we both had the same experience, but on two different sides. But yeah, that was tough, man.
That's intense.
Being in the dark like that, man. That was the first time that I pulled it out.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, man. I probably would have had it out already. That's probably why I don't have a gun, man. To be honest.
No, but I had my flashlight out. The flashlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the flashlight. Hey, one of our one of our viewers, Charles Dickinson, says, "Hi, in my humble opinion, it can also depend on who you're with. If you go with believers, things seem to happen. If you go with skeptics, it all seems a bit silly. Power of suggestion or group hysteria." And, I do believe that, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's weird because that does happen also sometimes for me. Like, I've had it happen where if I went with people who are all skeptic, I'm the only believer. Things seem not as much as if I'm with somebody who's believing. But also, I've had it happen where I've been with all skeptics and brought them out, and they've had a crazy experience and have witnessed everything that I witnessed. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that obviously that can play a factor in if you're, not really being conscious and aware of what you're investigating and what you're doing?
Yeah. In my personal opinion, dude, I mean, I've always wanted to actually do an investigation with a skeptic, just to get their opinion on it too, and just see what they say about it, because there's a lot of people out there like, that's not real, whatnot. Yeah. I'm like, man, like, come out here with me one night. Come out with me one night, and I'll prove you wrong. Just watch.
That's what I say, man. I ask people to come out. I'm like, just come out with me. You know what I'm saying? Just come out with me. Give it a chance. Just have an open mind. I mean, if you think it's all hogwash or all crap, just let me know. No big deal. I mean, like I said, I was a huge skeptic, man, before I had my near-death experience. And when I had my near-death experience, like I was a big believer in Jesus. I gave my life to Christ when I was 16, but I stepped away from the church. And I stepped away from all the stuff that the signs, everything that I was experiencing, like spiritual wise. I stepped it all away, and I seen some stuff that I really should never have stepped away from, that most people wouldn't. Seeing my aunt come back to life after literally being on life support in 3 days, just from zero brain activity to 100% walking out of the hospital. I mean, all from a prayer. And it's just a huge, long story. But I mean, the things that I saw, I should have never walked away. But I tell you what, it's like, when I had my near-death experience, right before that, I was like totally not a believer in God anymore. I was not a believer in paranormal, and you couldn't tell me nothing. I mean, we had a Ouija board experience, and I mocked the spirit, and I tell you what, that backfired on me for many years, put me in I had attachment for many years that I had to get rid of, and luckily I did, but it was scary, man. And I tell you what, after that near-death experience, now I just try to tell all the skeptics, like, just give it a chance. Come out with me. We'll see what we can catch. If we catch something, great. If not, no big deal. It's up to when it's your time to experience it.
True, man. True. This guy pulling out the Ouija board. Put it away, man. Put it away.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. But hey, thank you, fellas. I appreciate that. It wasn't me. It was actually friends. We were young. We were like 15 years old at the time, and I was over a friend's house, and she had like 14 people over, and they were doing a Ouija session, and the thing was moving, and I happened to walk in the room, and I'm like, this is all bull crap. So I told my friend to get on the board, and I'm like, listen, when it starts to move, I want us to pick our fingers off the planchette, like just that much, just to see if it moves while we have our energy over it. Well, let me tell you something, dude. When I asked who killed this supposedly boy in a wheelchair, it said it was. That was in the house. It said that his mom, it spelled out mom, that killed him. And dude, the minute it started moving, we lifted our hands off. Just me and him. There's 14 people around the board watching. This thing moved on its own. Not only that, our hands got drained, which felt like of all its energy, because only our hands were ice cold over the board. Everything else was completely warm. And when I mean ice cold, dude, I mean like if I stuck my hand in freezer for like 5 minutes and didn't take them out. And only my hands and his hands were like that. It was the weirdest situation I've ever been in, but the attachment that I got, man, started making me like have such mental health issues where I would have mental breakdowns and start flipping out on my grandparents, like saying things to them I would never say, screaming at them. It changed me as a person for a long time, and it scared the crap out of me. Luckily, I got rid of the attachment, but people don't realize how serious it is, and I didn't even realize,
Mm-mm.
So have you had any attachments? Have you had anything crazy like that happen to you?
Me personally, no, dude. No. Never. Mm-mm.
Thank God.
Never,
How about you, Ant?
I had 4.
4?
Yeah, but they're already gone.
Well, but tell me, which one was the worst, or were they all the same?
Actually, they didn't bother me.
No?
Mm-mm. They just traveled with me.
Oh, they were just making themselves known?
But it bothered other people. Like if I got around someone who's clairvoyant or psychic or medium, anything like that, they can see. Yeah, they would always try to, take it off of me, whatever, and they would just get their butt kicked.
Yeah. So, I actually had a spirit like that, so I know what you mean. I had a spirit that way. It was a female spirit, and she was, every time I had a girlfriend, man, over the house, like just something about it. Like my ex-girlfriend who actually stayed with me got to the point where I woke up one night and she was rocking back and forth Indian style, and her head was up in the sky like this, and she was just speaking in a different language. Like I don't even know what she was saying, and I literally was so freaked out because it was like The Exorcist, dude. Like I've never seen something like this till this day, and after this, I laid her down and finally got her up, like woke her up. She had no recollection of anything that was going on. I literally got her out of the house the next day. I had to make her leave because I was that scared. Like I woke up to my door open, which was locked when I went to sleep. She was already asleep, and my TV was on. Now it was pitch dark in there, and door open, TV off. Her right next to my head where my pillow is, Indian style, just going like this and just speaking. And I'm like, I woke up to that, man. Let me tell you, that's a freak. Oh, it was cool as hell. Now thinking back about it, but let me tell you, it's scary as shit when you're the only one in the room, because you think, what if she was possessed and grabbed a knife and stabbed me? You know what I mean, or just something. Like I was out, So, but it was, yeah, man. I've never had it since, and I've never had. I don't live in that house anymore. Thank the Lord. But it was a very crazy moment, man. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff like that, and then seeing a full bodied apparition of my whole family in that house, like solidly. In the house, right in front of my whole family in the dining room, changed my whole aspect on this, and that's what drove me down this path. And it's so hard to explain to people because it sounds fucking nuts. I mean, to me, it sounds nuts. But if my whole family didn't see it with me, I would still think, nah, I'm just crazy. Yeah, So that's the one thing that's so hard about this field. Like, it seems like no matter how much evidence we give out, it's never enough.
Yeah. So. No. Because they're going to be like, oh, no, they edited the video, or it sounds just like the guy, or whatever.
Yeah. I think I would have got turned on.
Right? Like,
it's like they have to experience it for themselves.
Yeah, dude. They do. They really do. I mean, I've been waiting for somebody to hit me up or give me a call or what, but no skeptics are ever wanting to do it or anything like that.
Well,
No
there's a
idea.
challenge, skeptics. Bert, RGV Paranormal Lockdown. Now you got to hit him up.
Yes, you do.
So, Bert, what do you have planned for 2023, brother?
A lot. I actually have an investigation coming up in about a week and a half. Not
Awesome.
this coming Thursday, but next Thursday. I'm
Awesome.
going out of town.
Where about you shooting at? Can you tell or no?
Not yet.
No. Oh, it's a secret. All right.
So, bro, Anthony, remember when what was her name? Anna or Juana, that psychic, lady that was there reading the cards, and she said that I had something planned and big. Yeah, there you go, One. Yeah, that I had something big and planned. I was like, oh, right on the dot. It's like, dude, like she read my cards, like, oh, you have something big that's gonna be like successful. And I was like, yeah, right. And I was like, she got it right on the nose, man. I was
like, she's accurate, dude. I mean,
dude, for real,
she is.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I work with a great medium, and I tell you what, before I met the medium, I was very skeptic on a lot of mediums, man, because a lot of them are just about money mostly, and they don't, I just don't feel like they really have the gift. And when you get those certain people that do, man, they can freak you out.
Dude, for real, dude.
Yeah, they could freak you out. I mean, but that's so awesome to hear, man. I mean, it's so awesome to hear that it's coming true and everything's working through, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, definitely, dude. I mean, I have that going on in the next few weeks, and I'm gonna try to hit up Aransas Pass. I need to get back to my investigation that I was on, that I basically had to step back to. I was supposed to go over there last month in January, but I couldn't. Personal things came up, so I had to reschedule it. But then I got this invitation to go where I'm gonna be going to in the next few weeks. I couldn't pass this up, dude. I was like, I have to go. I have to go. Like, I can't skip this. So I was like, you know what, screw it. So we had planned, and I worked with some people out there that, that are YouTubers as well. So
awesome.
It just fit into place, man. It just fit into place. I was working on it for a good while, but I finally was able to get it controlled. So it'll be awesome. Yeah. It's so much fun.
Cool. Now Bert also builds paranormal equipment.
Yes, I do.
Oh, why?
Well, I actually, since you asked, I actually brought him. So this, I built night vision camera. Yep. So here it comes with a tripod. You can just stand it on something, infrared light camera, video, pictures, station it anywhere. You can put it on a bigger tripod if you want. So yeah, I basically just took off like a little lens protector that was on here. It's not that really hard. It's pretty cool.
And like IR light. That IR light is one that I use too. Ordo. I like it.
It's good, right?
It's great, man. They got the low and the high. I love it.
I know, me too. And then I build the SLS connects.
Oh, nice. Actually, our host, Todd from Relatively Paranormal, he actually has a business right now, and he does the SLS.
Oh yeah.
SLS.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, I've been wanting to get his EMF pump too, man.
Yeah, man, I do. It's intense. I'm telling you, man. The power plant is intense, man. I wanted to ask though, can you tell everyone where they can go to check all your stuff out and make some orders if they need to?
Yes, you can go to my Facebook page, message me there. I have these products on eBay and Etsy. If you look up RGV Paratech, I have it there too. Or it's basically it. Or go to my IG if you'd like as well. So I'll be there. Just message me if you're interested. I'll send you some pictures. I'll keep you up to date with with the product, and we'll do business. I'll get y'all set up.
That's awesome. I just put RGV Paranormal Lockdown's YouTube on the banner below, so please go and check it out. Show them some love. Tell them that you were sent by us during the program in the comments, and then subscribe, man. Subscribe. Help them grow. I want to actually bring up your YouTube right now, man. I'm going to set it up right now. What should I go to so I know what to go to?
Go to the one where he's drunk and he's falling in the backyard.
No, that was like the night, but like the night after. That was the night after celebrating. Like, yeah, we investigated. Woo! I don't know, but man, it's a good time, dude. I mean, I don't know, man. The most recent one I did is at the. I went to the Laborde house. I didn't really get much activity out there in the very beginning of the video, but at the end of it, close to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that's when it started building up, dude. This location is over here in Rio Grande City, and the whatchamacallit, the REM pod was going off, and Oh, okay. So my wife wanted me to point it out. It's a little board house.
Okay.
It's a hotel.
Awesome.
So
Hold
it's
on. Let me add this to the screen now. I think I can bring it up. This one right here, the bottom, the blue, right, or the purple.
yeah.
Right. Is now,
Dude,
do you know whereabouts? Would you like me to show some evidence from here? Is there? Do you know maybe a certain point in the video that I can go to?
I would go to the other video, actually, the 47-minute one,
Okay.
and hit up the end of that, actually. Yeah, because in the beginning, dude, there was not much activity going on in the very beginning of that video, bro. Yeah, it
Okay.
was really dead.
No worries.
There, like right around there is where I started getting like more feedback, more of that REM pod going off, and the ghost balls were going off and whatnot. And
Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
that's
play
where
it
I caught
right
most
here.
activity. Mm-hmm.
Little girl, please come through. Come and speak to me. I mean you no harm. I'm here to help you. I'm here to protect you. Oh my goodness, that was a little girl right there too. How old were you when you died? Little girl, how old were you when you died, little girl? The truck passing by. The truck is still going by. Three? I thought I heard three. A little girl say three. I thought I heard three.
Now, I just want to stop this for a quick sec, Bert. I want to talk to you real quick about something. What I
Sure.
love about this right here, man, is now. Can you tell me a little bit about the location? I know you said it's a hotel, but tell me like who you're trying to contact right now, because there's something I want to say about
Yeah, so right here in this actual area used to be a whale. Right back in the old times when this hotel first opened up, two little girls had drowned in that whale. And according to witnesses, that they hear little girls, walking around, laughing, things like that. And that's the exact spot where the well was, and it's underneath that plate that you see there on the ground.
it. Oh wow.
So, when I looked in the holes, it was just all dirt. So I just thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna place my bear on there, some stuff that has lights and sounds, and maybe it'll bring something up. I mean, kids like lights; they like bears. So
Absolutely. Yep. I've had a child at we have a child cemetery out here. It's not really a full cemetery of a child, but they have a section where they're all children and it's like 4 and under. It's a very old cemetery. And I tell you what, they said the REM pod when they would set it off looked like a Christmas tree. So I was like, hey, it makes sense. They like, lights.
yes, I agree.
So
And dude, that thing was going off crazy, bro. Like a little bit later, in this video here, just a little bit,
mhm.
dude. Yeah, if
Okay.
you play it, check
Yeah,
it out, man.
yeah. Let me get it up. Hold on.
Sure.
Should I skip forward a little bit? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just a little bit. As soon as you see me start walking, I guess a little bit.
Like right here. Like once you start
Mm,
walking in.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, just
Okay.
around there.
Okay.
The device works. Look how nice it is. Look at it. That's how that works. That's how this works, okay? Play with them.
It's funny that you had to show that because I always show the entity or the spirits what it does too. So it's so cool you showed
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, because just in case, I mean, these spirits, they probably don't know much like how to do things. I
Yeah,
mean, they're still probably learning.
absolutely. And think about it. If you died a long time ago and you didn't have any kind of technology, they'd probably be like, "What is this?"
Those headsets
Hmm.
do not
Exactly.
get for reading. Those are being close to that.
Yeah, exactly. So here comes the part where I go and I move like some stuff around. I think I just moved the ghost balls here in a bit.
You want me to fast forward?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go a little bit more. You'll see that the ghost ball in the top left corner will be moved.
Okay. Oh,
There
yeah,
you go.
right now. Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
So I moved them. So that was when I moved them, right? Watch.
Yep.
That one stopped.
Take some photos.
Nice.
Thank you. Yes.
You hear my reaction? Woo!
Thank you, little girl. Thank
I
you.
do the
Thank you.
same.
Was that you? Can you do it again? That was incredible. Thank you so much.
I don't think people also realize like how much you actually have to do to make that ball go off. Not
Dude,
easy.
yeah, man. That is true. I
was
even did like a demonstration, like just stomping on the ground and everything like that, just going around it and everything.
Yeah, yes, you. Did you do that, or did somebody else do it?
Nice.
Yes, 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 yes. There you go. Good job. Great job.
That's awesome.
Very good job. Yes, good job, good job. Oh my gosh, I'm getting the chills very badly right now. Yes, yes, yes.
It's so
Dude.
funny because in my mind's eye, I could totally picture a child coming over and touching that.
Me, please.
For real, dude.
Yeah.
It just gets real. It gets more, dude. It gets more active.
Keep going, don't stop. Don't stop, keep going. Thank you so much. Do it again, again. Thank you so much. Are you the little girls? Are the girls here with me now? Another truck passing by? Very loud truck. Little girls, do that again. Make one of them light up again. Touch the bear. Touch the bear. Ted wants to play with you.
That's awesome right there.
Yes, play with him.
That was a really good response, bro.
As you're saying too, like you're basically asking them to set it off, and they're like, "Let's play," like I want to play, and I think that is so cool. Just want to say, hey, what's going on? To Penka, how are you? Says hi, how are you guys? So says how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate that. But dude, let me tell you, that is so awesome. Like I love how you had the REM pod go off too. Like when I was in the child cemetery over here, the part where the children's are, they actually set off the REM pod, man, like the lights, but the sound didn't come out. And I didn't know until I watched the video back and I saw it behind us. And the red light was moving, like the green light and all that kind of stuff, and it was going off, but no sound came out. And I found that so weird. But it's so awesome that you had the REM pod go off like that because, and I'm sure it's going to go off even more than that when we watch further. But I tell you what, I find that for some reason for me, it's easier for a cap off for them on my side for when I do my research than for the REM pod. I don't know what it is, but I love when I see the REM pod go off, man, because it's so cool.
I agree, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, that was one of my best purchase that I've ever made in any paranormal equipment that I have, dude. I mean, I was digging in a little bit more about these REM pods, dude, because something in this video happens, dude, to where the lights and then the sounds were going back and forth, different color. Like, dude, it was weird. I didn't see anything about it on like the manual. I got it from Ghost Stop. There's nothing about it from going like certain colors and a pattern or anything like that. Nothing. It's weird. No, it was really freaking bizarre.
Right. You're absolutely right. I got mine from Ghost Stop as well, and you're right. I never heard anything of that happening. And even when mine happened without the sound, I'm like, I never saw that happen ever. Like, and it was
that's
going
a first.
Off for a while. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't going fully off like all the lights, but there was a few lights, and you could see it going off. And I'm like, where's the sound? Like, we didn't even know it was going off until I got home and reviewed it like 2 days later, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I knew.
That is crazy. I've never really heard of that before, dude. That's the first. That's the first for me, man.
Yeah, it was the first for me as well. It was wild. I mean, what was some of the crazy stuff that you've had happen with your equipment?
My equipment, I don't use it.
No?
I got it. I mean, I have the cat balls. The REM pod is actually one that I want. It's just like I'm like Bird. I'm still looking at it and looking at it, but it's one of the it's the coolest thing that I've seen so far. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
and I've had my eye on it for a long time, but I am fixing to pop off and get one, but now seeing it here, and so. But as far as the equipment, my equipment just shuts down. I mean,
Oh,
that's it.
yeah.
I mean, that's all that I have. I mean, I got cameras and stuff, but the ghost light. I mean, the little cat ball lights. That one did work at the
Yeah.
OP Pow House that I was at last year, and I was in that room by myself, and I just put it on the table, and I just kept asking, hey, if you're here, just light up the ball. And I did the same thing. I said, look, you do it like this, like you got to show them.
Yeah.
And so I just went up this, look, you just tap on it or just move it or anything, it'll go off. It'll let me know that you're here. And I walked around and then, um, and when I came around the corner, that sucker was just lighting up. And
Mm.
and so I said, okay, let me see, because I weighed a little bit more back then.
Yeah.
and so I stood in front of it and I kind of bounced on the floor because it's an old house.
Yeah.
And nothing. I even tapped on the table. I had to tap on the table pretty hard to make it go off. So
Wow.
it did go off. And then it was going off on the bed once everybody showed up and they started messing with that spirit, trying to get it to come out. Yeah, they were going back and forth. Yeah, I got that on video. And it's they're just going back and forth, and their equipment is all flashing and everything. It's pretty cool, but I don't know, man. For me, I don't really get off too much on the equipment.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, think about it. I mean, we do have our body. How are you, Jason?
What's up, Jason?
I mean, we do have our bodies. Our bodies is the best tool. The only thing that stinks is that we can't show people that evidence.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I just went and invested some good money on some good cameras. I mean, I have good cameras, but I got this one that I've been after forever, and I finally got my
Nice.
hands on it. And because that's what I've always said too. I've had through my 40 years, I've had experiences that I've forgotten,
Yeah.
but but I can't. They're just stories. When I'm telling it now, it's just a story. But when I got
Oh,
something to show with it that can validate it, then it becomes something. So
yeah.
that's when I decided to start filming, because, like I said, I didn't have a group. It was just me. That's when
Yeah.
I decided to start well, let me go ahead and just start a group, because I got a lot of stuff, man. But it's all here. I
Yeah.
can't show you that. I can't, what I mean? I know it's real, but I
Yeah.
can argue with you all day. And
Exactly.
then, so that's when I started to do that, to get that footage.
Yeah. I totally
Those
feel you.
batteries die quick, man.
They do. They do. You know what I
They
use?
die
I
real
use
quick.
I use one of those power banks and I hook it up to the camera and I
Mhm.
keep it either in my pocket here with a cord so I can have it always going. And I tell you
Mhm.
what, I did it at Montana State Prison, and I bought like 3 or 4 of the power banks for like $5 a piece, and they lasted literally the whole entire time I was there. Just one of them, and it was like 12 hours we were there, 8 hours, 9 hours, I think, some between 9 and 12 hours. It was nice. So
Dang.
good stuff. But Burr, I wanted to ask you. So you know how the REM pod has the red light on it, obviously, and all these lights that they set off and stuff. I want to ask
Yes.
you, what do you think that they're seeing when the REM pod is? Do you think that, because obviously, as a spirit, we're energy. Do you think that they're physically seeing this red light and this box or this device, or do you think that it's something on a whole nother level? What do you think, in your opinion?
I mean, in my own opinion, man, can they see us? I really don't think so, to be honest with you. I believe it's just something that they're hearing. Just like how we can hear them with their own
Mhm.
voices, with their own ears, they can probably hear us.
Yeah.
And I think I talked to Anthony about this too. It was a verse that's on the Bible, on earth as it is in heaven. So what if, heaven is really just here at home, and us living are the ghosts to them? What if, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's the point in learning
No.
these things.
Mhm.
You learn as much as you can research, man. But that's what
Absolutely.
I'm thinking. Just for seeing and hearing other people's stories, and that's what I'm thinking, man.
Yeah. No, absolutely,
I mean,
man. How about you, man? What's your opinion on the subject?
Um,
You think they can see the red light, or how do you think that they perceive this, in your opinion?
the other day I think it was Steve-O who was doing he was Steve-O. He was doing his spirit box,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked him if he could speak to one of my best friend that passed away,
Yeah.
and so he started calling on him to come forward, and I mean it didn't even take long, and I heard, I was on my phone, and you could hear when the voice just come through, and it just he said, I miss you, and it hit me. I mean, it hit me hard. I mean, right now, just saying it, what I mean,
Damn.
and um, I heard it. I heard it and I felt it. You see me right now, man. I'm already getting teary eyed, man. Come on, man. I'm the race prince. I don't cry. Uh,
Steve-O has a connection, man. Steve-O
so
has
I heard
a
when I
connection.
heard it, I could feel it. I knew it was him. I mean,
Mm.
and I've heard many the voices come through there. You know how they come in kind of sporadic or whatever. Just no, this just came in nice and just thought, it's just I miss him, and I knew it was him because that's something that he would have said. And so for that, it's kind of like I do believe that they can see us. They can see us and they know that they can feel because
Yeah,
uh, for that to come through, that means he still has emotions.
absolutely.
So this is when we talk about don't go in, and provoke or be respectful and all this,
Yeah.
because this it's just you're talking to a real person. They're just not here, you know.
Amen to that.
So I believe that they can see us, they're with us. I mean, when you hear that our guides or maybe our past loved ones are still with us in a way for a little while, so they got to see what you're doing. I mean, I kind of don't like that, you know what I mean? That they're actually here watching what I'm doing,
Trying to take a crap over here, man.
Yeah,
I know, right?
and so, but I mean, I believe that they can see us and they can feel and
Yeah.
hear just like us.
Yeah.
That's why when Bert's doing that, can you touch this? It's showing them how to do it. So they have that intelligence to still to understand or
Well,
even to learn.
let me
Like
ask
you
you
were
this,
saying.
though, right? Let me ask you this, because I have this theory. This is just an opinion, but I have this theory, right? So you know how we catch these light anomalies that will go into spirit boxes or they'll go into us and certain things like that kind of look like orbs, but they're light anomalies type thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Matt calls that good acting.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that. I feel like those are these light anomalies that we do catch every once in a while. I feel like that is the consciousness energy of a soul. And I feel like, have you ever noticed or have you ever done a spirit box session and before you had the chance to ask a question, the answer came out? If like right as you were either asking it or before, have you ever, I don't know if you guys ever had that happen, but I've had it happen to me a couple times. And I tell you what, I wonder if they are actually, how do I say this? They're reading our mind almost like they're like our thoughts. I don't think our thoughts just stop when we're in deep thought or when we're thinking about something. I believe that energy, that motion, and that energy that's in motion, I think that it goes somewhere. I don't think it just stays inside us, just stops right away. I feel like that energy is able to be seen by them. And I feel like those thoughts, maybe like as you're like, say, if I go down the REM pod and I'm like, okay, if you just touch this, what if they're actually, because I have to think about that before I say it. So what if that split second they can read that mind and they can go through that type of aspect because they're pure consciousness energy. Like I said, just a theory and just a total opinion on the subject. But I like what you guys said, though. I mean, I totally believe that they can see us. I definitely do. But I believe that in energy aspect, I just believe that they have so much more than we can even imagine or comprehend,
Man, both of you had really good. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, last night I started my podcast about almost 1 a.m. I was thinking you were going to get on, Bert. I said, "Why she's going to see it?"
No, dude.
We stayed up to about 4, so we were on there for 4 hours. So it's me and another member of mine, my researcher, and Reggie Randall. I had him on, and you know how he talks through the spirit box. He uses the spirit box. He's got a spirit. He's a one giant spirit guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we brought that was brought up on that the spirits they can hear us in our mind. So that's why when we ask something, they're already on it. You know,
Yeah.
it's already there because like what you exactly were saying, they're on a different level and of thought, you know. And so when we think it here, it's still got to come down here, and you know, from our brain to our voice box, and then we have to use air to push the words out. You know, they
But
don't have to do that.
listen to this, not to interrupt you, but listen to this. So I had my medium told me one time when I connected with my father when he passed, I asked him, what is it like in heaven? You know, like I wanted to know that question from her. And her answer that he said to her, according to her, was, Anthony, think of it this way. If I think I want to go to the beach or I want to be at the beach, whatever I think, it's done. Like I'm there. Like if I think about being at the beach, it's there. Anything I think or I want, the minute I think it, it's there. And you know what's really weird about that is, as humans being in these physical bodies, what do we want the most? Instant gratification. It doesn't matter if it's we want money now, we want this now, and we always want more. It's never we're always satisfied because we're always growing, I believe, in certain ways. But what if that, what I was just saying about how he said if we think about it, it happens. What if that's true? And what if because they're pure conscious energy, pure thought all the time, you know, we can think about them. The minute we think about them, boom, they're here with us. Like say we miss somebody, and I'm like, Grandma, I miss you. The minute I think about her, boom, she's here with me right now. What if that? You know what I'm saying? If it's instant, you know, and then having our instant gratification as humans, always wanting it, like saving, like say for example, like for me when I was addicted to drugs, I wanted that instant gratification of getting, you know, high or being happy. So it was, I wanted that instant gratification constantly. And people do it with gambling. People do it with just regular day life all the time. We want that, you know, instant gratification, like I was saying. And I'm just wondering, like, what if that is true? Like, what if they're pure conscious thought? Like the minute, whatever they think or whatever we think, you know, they're there because they're on this whole nother plane, this whole nother comprehension that we don't even understand the energy in its full, you know, full aspect. You know, it's just crazy, stupid theory that I think about, but I try to bring these synchronicities in from all my research to see like, oh, wow, you know what, this kind of matches this, or this synchronicity kind of matches this synchronicity. Like, what if this, you know, and just something to expand and then to be able to ask more questions to the spirits when you get a chance. But I mean, what do you guys think about it in your opinion?
I mean, they call it heaven for a reason, right? I mean, dude, that's awesome. You know, imagine just thinking about what you want, and you just get it like that. I mean, wow.
I know.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
the one thing I was a little upset though is that there was a spirit that told me there's no video games, so I was a little upset about that. I was not gonna lie.
No.
Yeah, you know, but that's all right. I'll come back to Earth for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
I believe that. I mean, because like I said last night, we had that 4-hour podcast. Just it really just turned on just kind of that subject right there, and listening to what Reggie was saying, and then from what I've experienced too, it's like I believe it because they're not physical. So you know, we have to think it, like you said, consciously. Okay, there's that energy, but we still have to have the energy to physically to say the words to get it out. So
Absolutely.
since they don't have the body, it's just nothing but consciousness. So it's just like right now we were talking telepathically, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how they talk to each other. You know, they talk to each other because they don't have a body. So how are they going to talk to each other? But to nothing but pure consciousness, like you said.
Yeah.
So they think it and it'll manifest or it's done. And that actually opens the other door is because close your eyes, Bert, because when you get this right here, this is what happens with this is when people use it, they come in and they're conscious, they already have something bad's going to come out of it. Satan, I want to see Satan. I want to see 666. I want to see demon come up. You know, like you see on the shows and you hear everybody. It said demon. It spelled this out. Well, you already had that in your consciousness, and so you're opening a door to that other side, just like with the spirit. So that's what it hears, and then what comes through that door, you're already calling it. So you're actually calling a demon already because you already thought about it here, or you call it Satan. You know, okay, maybe his name is Satan or whatever, and so there's 100 evil spirits waiting to come in, and as soon as you do it up here, like you're saying, they're going to come through. That's why so many people have all these bad experiences with this deal, because it was brought up too on another podcast I was on that that I said, what if we, and I actually this was on there last night too, that what if a person and when they're alive they commit suicide, and they put a shotgun to their mouth and they just blow the entire head off. When they pass in the spirit, do they have a head? Because physically they don't. It's gone. I
Yeah.
mean, we know this, you know. So do they when they move on? So are they that way? You know, with no mouth, no nothing. And what Reggie brought up is you know, until they pass over into the other side to the light, then they'll receive whatever they're going to receive. All that'll be whole. But
Yeah.
as long as they stay here and they don't leave, then they will be the way they were when they left here.
Yeah.
So if you take that into account, then they don't have a mouth, so
Yeah.
they can't speak. So when you come in with the spirit box or the portal box or whatever, they actually can't manipulate that. You know what I mean? To speak through it. You
I
know?
think one of the reasons why also that they can't manipulate, I don't think it's because they don't have a mouth. I think one of the reasons is because of the fact that they get stuck here and then their energy is so low if they don't cross over that be having their vibration and frequency so low, it's hard for them to connect with the frequency that they need to. Because if you think about it, like when a spirit connects with a medium or connects even with a spirit box, it has to the medium and the spirit box, they have to meet each other at a certain frequency or vibration or whatever. So the medium will have to raise its vibration so that the spirit can meet it to communicate and send
Yeah.
blocks of thought for them to analyze and figure out what the whole symbol or whatever is. So I'm wondering if it's the same thing there. So I totally understand where you're coming from with that. Like, what if they commit suicide? They blow their head off and stuff. But I believe too, like the energy that we are inside of us down to our cellular level. And I've said this before on the show, like each cell gives off 0.007 of a volt. So of volts. So you figure we have like 36 trillion cells in our body. We're a walking nuclear power plant. If you think about it, the energy that we have inside of us. And this energy is so intelligent and smart that it heals us without it knowing, like without us even knowing all the impurities, like our white cells that go around like army and take out all this bad stuff that we have. And I think that it's so intelligent, that energy, no matter what we do to the physical body, I mean, after we cross over, I'm saying, I believe that energy is completely whole and brought back to its full thing. But like I said, like, this is all theory. We're not going to know until we do truly go. But it's great to be able to go back and forth because it gives all of us different ideas and stuff to go forward with in the research. So
right.
It gets you thinking.
Mr. Consultant in the chat. What's up, Mr. Consultant?
Oh, the Three Souls just said, my best friend Ron blew his head off 2 years ago. He was in the military and was a pilot for the Air Force. He had coordinates to bomb a building in Afghanistan, and it was a schoolhouse of kids. And I completely understand why he would have done that. That's terrible, and it's war just in itself is sad. But tell me, guys, what do you think? Do you think that somebody with that type of guilt, do you think they would cross over? Because I've met a lot of spirits that's really what the deal is with them when they get stuck, is that there's something they're like in this depression or something. It's weird. Like their vibration or energy is so low that they just can't see crossing over. And I've had some that are even scared to cross over. So do you think someone like in Ron's perspective, do you think like that kind of guilt and that third thing might hold them back? Like, what are your guys' opinions on spirits being stuck here?
I mean, there's forgiveness, I'm sure,
Oh,
I
definitely.
mean, it's just a matter of just, finishing what you have to do and what you couldn't be able to complete because of something tragic like that happened.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for your loss, by the way.
Very sorry.
That's a terrible way to go. I mean, I get it. Life sucks. I understand. Personal things come and go, and it's just it's a hassle, and it takes a toll out of everyone's day. And there's just so much that we can take. We're only human,
Exactly.
and it's a very sad thing to do, man. But it is what it is, man. There's just so much that other people can do. Just be there for one another. Communicate as much as possible as you can. If you know someone's going through that trouble, please just be there. Just be there for them.
Yeah.
I mean, passing through, I'm sure they can be forgiven, for it. As Catholics, I believe it is one of the sins, if you, just commit suicide like that. But I'm sure you can be forgiven.
I believe
I'm sure you could just pass on.
And
I
that's what
believe it.
we brought that up last night too. It was a good podcast, Yummies. It was it's
Man,
3 in the morning now, but
boy, I was in bed. I had to get to work at
Yeah,
6:30 in the
you work
morning,
in the
dude.
house, man. What do you mean? You
Yeah,
gotta go
I
to the next
know.
room.
I know that, but I'm gonna be like,
hey,
head up,
I
making
didn't
my
get told
coffee.
either.
You
I didn't get
know,
told either. You left us all out, man.
I mean,
but
jeez.
but what we were talking about is that sometimes maybe the person after they pass, not necessarily that they did committed suicide or just whatever they did, that they are scared to be judged.
Yeah.
So they don't want to cross over. I don't want to cross over because I know if I go in that courthouse, I'm getting the hammer. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
they don't go. It's just kind of like out here. People break parole, whatever, and they run. I mean, they're just out there hiding because they're not going back to jail. No, I'm not going to go turn myself in. They
Yep.
could go. They could go do it and get it over with and get their punishment.
Mhm.
But they don't. So it's kind of like the same thing with them is that they may not want to cross over because and if they believe in hell and all that, well then hell no, I'm not going to go over there. I'll just stay over here,
Yep.
and just mess around with everybody else or whatever.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with what you're saying because when I was in Montana at the prison, we had Lee Smart, and that was his exact words. He was scared to cross over because of the people he hurt during the riot, and also because he said he had a love interest with Jerry Miles, who was the partner of his during the riot, and he felt that God was going to punish him for what he did, and he was scared to cross over. But he also didn't want to stay in the prison. So finally, I believe I crossed him over. I believe so, but obviously I can't be sure because I can't see into that realm. But it took a lot. It took a lot of like trying to convince him, like, listen, God loves you. God's not gonna judge you for this. He's gonna say maybe say some things or whatever, but he's not gonna sit here and beat you to death or something. Like it's not like that. He's about love. I think God's way more bigger than just what we have written in a book.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that also falls too if they were murdered. I mean, they may not want to cross over because they want to get a hold of somebody.
Murder,
Try,
suicide. Yeah.
yeah, try to talk to somebody and say, "Hey, this is the person that murdered me." And this is when you get those cases like that where they'll actually will lead you to where their body is buried.
Yeah.
If you have that certain person with you that can pick that up, they'll lead you to them. So it could be that too that
Definitely.
they just stay here. But then how long is that going to be? It could be 100 years.
True. But
To the
Yeah.
right real medium or wherever the right person comes along and picks up on it and follows through, but who knows how that long that's going to be.
I mean, it could be
absolutely.
years, it could be
So in
generations,
the
it could be
meanwhile, they're just running
decades.
around the house knocking stuff over because they're pissed off because nobody wants to hear me.
I have a
Mm.
question for you guys. Bert, I have a question for you first. I'm going to have Ant answer this one next because I know Ant's going to have a really adept thing to say about this. But what do you think, Bert, of how come we don't see spirits from, I don't know, 1200 or 1300 or even 500 BC? How come you don't think we see old ghosts, Roman type stuff, like old type stuff? You know what I'm saying? I've
Oh,
never
like that.
noticed that a lot, but I've never had anyone ever capture anything like from someone like, oh, I'm from 1200 AD or whatever. Well, tell me maybe your opinion on it.
Man, maybe they crossed over a long time ago or what?
You think they're just
That's a new question for me, dude. You got me
right,
on that one. Yeah, dude, for real. I've never crossed my mind at all
right?
whatsoever, dude, for that. No.
I've always wanted to investigate the Gladiator Theater, or the Gladiator Stadium in Rome. You know what I mean? And I've
How
always
cool
wanted.
would that be?
What was that?
How cool would that be, dude? That'd be
That'd be so
awesome.
awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
And
dude.
I'm wondering if the spirits would actually be there though, because like I said, I've never heard of a spirit, from back then coming through. But tell me, what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, I've thought about that too. It's like, how come when the person sees a spirit, say like in Gettysburg, you hear that story? I mean, those
Yep,
stories a lot about Gettysburg, and they
yep,
see him still dressed in the uniform and everything of that time. So to
yeah.
me, it's kind of like, okay, for one, is how do they have
What's up,
how
brother?
how does the clothes cross over? You
Well,
know,
this is
it,
what the medium told me. The medium told me that it's not the clothes that cross over. It's actually when a spirit comes through, the way that they show themselves, whether it's to the medium or to whatever, they're normally coming back at the time where they were like, I
Alive.
mean, not maybe not the happiest, or maybe something where it's like something that made them feel a certain way, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know how true that is. Like I said, this is from a medium, but it could be true. But you're right.
Yeah.
How come certain people show themselves like this and certain people don't? I totally get what you're saying now.
Yeah. What's up, Raymond? Raymond Newsom from Newsom Paranormal.
Yeah, Raymond.
But
Nuisance, I call him.
laggy. I was lagging big time. We were all lagging last night. I don't know what was going on with everything. It was weird. I've never done a podcast that late. And I think that we were even talking about we're in the wishing hour right now.
Yeah.
And so it was weird. It was some weird stuff going on. So too, it's the clothes will hold the energy of the person.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why the energy the energy is transferred. Your energy is going to transfer into the other side. So your clothes will hold that energy, and it'll just go with you. It's kind of like a shadow. You know what I mean? And so that's why you see them with that clothes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why if we don't see no Romans, but I maybe if you got a hold of some paranormal people in Italy or something like that.
Yeah, I gotta find out.
Dude, they have seen them. I mean, we don't see them here. We just see a bunch of Mexicans. That's all.
Yeah.
There's my tío, man. There's my tío.
Hey.
Only you guys. Well, Bert, man, tell me. So, what is one thing you could tell us about what's coming up that you can speak about for 2023 that you're looking forward to?
Looking to get sponsored by these dudes right here, Pit Vipers. So I'm going to be wearing these bad boys, my YouTube videos also. So yeah, I'm going to be representing these dudes. I follow a group up to the area that I'm going to go. And this group actually wears these. I was like, man, like those sunglasses are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I got me some, like, you know what? I'm going to work on getting a sponsor with these guys. So I'm working on the video to do that. I'm going to go to Rentis Pass, hopefully this coming month. I just need to take it from there, man. And after that, I need to start getting more involved with my equipment too. I need to get these out there. Hey, this is what I got. I'm going to work on a portal box. I want to start working on that.
Cool.
Get new equipment in. So
awesome.
And try to get some more places to investigate too, man. But I need to get more out there, Like out here in the valley, I need to just try to find some places. It's just that getting a hold of the owner is tough, man. People think it's easy. It's not easy, dude. It's difficult, man.
Not even just getting a hold of them, getting them to let you investigate is a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah.
They crazy or no, they don't want any of that juju there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But
well, brother, I would love to definitely have you on again to show some more stuff if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah, please have me on, man. Let me know.
You got me all excited for this year we got coming up, so I want to see some footage from it, brother.
This coming week, Friday before I leave, I'll put up the video, and I'm all hyped for it. I'm ready. I just man, come on, let's go, let's do this. I'm in. I'm just super excited, dude.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, thank you so much for joining me and joining Ant tonight, dude. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely have you on again. I'm gonna look forward to that video. But everybody, go check out RGV Paranormal Lockdown. We have the YouTube link down below. Check them out also on Facebook. Give them some love and tell them that you found them from Talking with the Source. So, Bert, can you please once again just shout out anything else you would like to shout out to the people and your equipment stuff, anything like that, please?
Yeah, thank you. Everybody, thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Once again, my name is Bert. If y'all need me for anything, please reach out. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, I got it all. TikTok, please. Hey, Raymond, what's up, buddy? But yes, I do sell equipment as well. I do sell night vision cameras. I modify it, and I as well make the SLS Connect. Coming soon is the portal box that I'm going to be making. So be on the lookout for those too. Those are going to be awesome. And other than that, stay tuned for this for this investigation coming out soon, man. I hope you guys will enjoy it.
Cool. Well, Bert, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you, AJ, for having me, man. Appreciate it. Anthony, sir, always a pleasure. Stop playing with them Ouija boards, bro.
I don't know who Texas Ghost Ranger is.
I know, Texas Ghost Ranger over here. Only Raymond. Raymond just starts stuff,
Hey, that's a good name, dude. I like that. Right? That's cool.
Right. Texas Ghost Ranger? Heck yeah, man. All we need now is Chuck Norris to join us and we'll be straight.
Dude, be golden.
Right?
Golden. Awesome.
But Bert, thank you so much, brother. I'll be talking to you real soon on Messenger so we can get you back on and stuff. But I'm looking forward to the video, and I'm also gonna put you on as a advertiser for the Talking with the Source page, so you can advertise your stuff get your stuff out.
Sweet.
And yeah, no, appreciate it, man. So please feel free to post on there whenever you'd like. And join the group, man. So appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all so much. We'll speak soon. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Yeah, man, I tell you, Bert, such a great dude, man. And I'm happy that you were able to join me tonight too, man. I just short notice, but I was so happy you were able to join me.
It's cool. It's cool. That's what we do, man. That's what we do.
So, hey, but before we go, please shout out your stuff for everybody. I want them to know about the Wraith, Texas Wraith Hunters, the podcast. Just please shout it out.
Well, Texas Wraith Hunters, this year, 2023, this is Texas Wraith Hunters year. This last year was Wraith World year. So, Wraith World at the end, it started the podcast then. But this year it'll be both. I'm collaborating both of them together. And so we got an investigation coming up at the OP Powerhouse in Mineola, Texas, which has 26 spirits in it, which we did last September. That's where we channeled the 4 girls through the board, and kind of left it at that. So we got an opportunity to go back here awesome. March 18th, and then hopefully we can banish that spirit that's holding them there, because he was knocking everything down, man. I mean, all my stuff. He was just, that was poltergeist kind of stuff. Literally just knocking my stuff, my cameras, everything down.
Oh, that's
so
great.
we're going back to that, and we're going to do that one. And then May, we actually had that one on the books already, but I'm getting together with another group from San Antonio to do the Haunted Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas. And then March, June, and May also with planning to do the Concordia Cemetery in El Paso, where Richard Ramirez was at. So we're going to go out there to El Paso in May, and then in June, I forgot there's another one. So yeah, pretty busy year. And then hopefully here too, by the end of the year, I will be out of this desert and I'll be moving to San Antonio, Texas, and because that is a candy store of paranormal.
Well, dude, I look forward to it, man. I'm super happy for you, man, and I can't wait to see what's coming for this year for you guys.
Yeah,
it's gonna be big.
I got a lot coming up.
Well, brother, thank you so much for joining me, man.
I will. Thank you for having me.
No, of course, man. Anytime you want to come on, dude, please. Yeah. But we're gonna have you on again because I want to have you guys on, your whole team on, man. And we got to have you on once, but I wasn't able to be there because of stupid work. But this time, dude, we're gonna have you on. I want to show some stuff and show some great evidence you guys caught. So definitely, we'll be talking, man. We'll get you scheduled to come back on. So, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, dude. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sure thing. Peace.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. Bye. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode of Talking with the Source. As you saw, we had RGV Paranormal Lockdown. There is link right down below. Bert's link is right down for YouTube. So please go check them out. Subscribe, like, tell them that we sent you from Talking with the Source, and just show some love. Also, head over to Anthony. Anthony's page is over at Wraith World Podcast, Texas Wraith Hunters, YouTube, all the social medias, like he just said. Show him some love as well. And just want to say thank you guys for watching another episode and being a part of this with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys again on our next episode that will be coming up this week with A View Beyond magazine coming on, Aaron Hoffman. So look forward to that. There will be a post about it. And also we do have Robin, my co-host, who was not with me today, is going through a lot with the family. We do have a GoFundMe going for him and his family. He just lost his wife, unfortunately, very unexpectedly. She was an amazing, beautiful woman, personality like you couldn't even imagine. So if you guys can, go over there, whether it's to donate $1, whether it's to pray, anything you could do for the family helps. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who has already donated. Cannot thank you enough. That money is going to go to help them with bills, groceries, funeral costs, whatever it needs. They have 5 kids, a grandchild, just a great family all in general that's sticking together during this time. And I appreciate everyone for being respectful towards them during this time. But thank you all for watching. And until next time, I'm AJ Capasso, and this has been Talking with the Source. Later.